Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we helped Mallow recover his stolen coin, which itself wasn't a big deal. However, there was a bit of glitchiness when we fought Croco, which is very unusual. I mean, ignoring the fact that I am playing around with debug menus. We should investigate this glitchiness. I heard rumors of glitchiness in the forest, so that should be our first place to investigate. However, I should probably be prepared for that place, so let's actually first head back to Mario's house and once again make use of his debug mushroom. And I don't want to do much with the debug mushroom. I'm just going to need some money for supplies. And now, turn that cheat back off because it causes crashing when I go places, as we have already established. And we are going to go ahead and head to Seaside Town for the items that I want to carry along. I heard this is a pretty unusual town, but it's probably nothing. So I'm going to first clear out a couple of items. Well, not yet. First I'm going to buy all of the bad mushrooms. And I don't want this Kiro Cola clogging my inventory, so I'll also sell that. And there we go. I got all the bad mushrooms I could need. I'm also carrying around this wallet for good luck and this shiny stone because it feels important somehow. Now, with all these items, that is not going to help me enough. I'm going to need some help. Maybe Toad back in Mario's house will be able to help. You're back so soon! Yes. 2 episodes later. Yada 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 yada, not important. Hey, get back here! Oops, excuse me. Bump on your head, reduce your HP level. Okay, here's something of curiosity. At this point, Toad bumping into Mario does, in fact, damage Mario. Does it also damage Bowser? Well, first things first, he's going to give us a mushroom, but we don't have enough room for it, so, let me save state, and I'm just going to toss the mushroom. We got bad mushrooms. They're so good, they're bad. You know how to use items? I have no idea. So this should be interesting. Let's see how this plays out without that mushroom he just gave me, and also with Bowser on my team. Okay, offhand, there is a little bit of overlap with Bowser and the message window, since Bowser is not expected to be here. Choose item, then press A. This is your item list. Read about items here. To use a mushroom, point here and push A. Behold! It moves to Mario! No, not really. Push A again to use it, or push B to cancel. Give it a try. Oh, BT dubs. It was only Mario who got damaged by Toad. Bowser is fine. It takes more than a Toad to damage Bowser. So am I actually going to be able to finish this tutorial? I can't switch items. I can only press the buttons that I'm required to touch. See? You recovered your HP! Okay, so I pressed left as though I was trying to move to Mario? I guess it registered that as me following the tutorial's instructions. So, I was kind of curious if I would get soft lock there because I couldn't actually move the bad mushroom to Mario, but nope, it works properly. Kinda. Why did I rush back? I had something to tell you. Ack! I remember! I came to warn you that Mushroom Way is swarming with monsters! Oh, we should do something about that. Do you know something about timed hits? Yes. Wait, that was no. First, push A. Alright, here we go again. Alright, I have the lazy shell now. Forgot about that. Okay, normally after Mario attacks, Toad would say to push A again, but since Bowser's here, Toad is gonna wait until Bowser gets his turn, I guess. Push A again to attack. And at that point, Toad was supposed to stop me and tell me to press A to do a timed hit. So, I guess Bowser being there really does confuse him. And for the record, I also tried this without the Knock Knock shell and had him barehanded like the tutorial is supposed to be, and even then, Toad is still confused about Bowser being there. So, Toad realizes that we already did the tutorial and I don't need to be told about it again. Now, why did I rush back? I had something to tell you. Yeah, Mushroom Way is swarming with monsters. We already established that. So let's go ahead and toss away all those mushrooms that we don't need. Okay, Toad wasn't really all that helpful. Either that or he was just testing us. For you see, we need to return to the Legion of Toads and acquire some real help. We need to acquire their strongest warrior, their Star Warrior. So, debug cheat turned on. And here we are, back in the debug room. So, next page. I need to recover my money, actually. Give me those coins. And add Gino to the team. So, couple things real quick. First off, these toads, you don't talk to them in order to interact with them, you bump into them. In case I haven't already mentioned it, Mario clone here is just a statue and you can't do anything with it. Now, something else that should be pointed out, we have the switch option to switch party members. That was only given to us because we acquired Bowser at Booster Hill. If I put Bowser on my team here, it would not add the switch option. Maybe if I added a third party member or a fourth party member, then the switch option would be added here? Don't know. The only thing to keep in mind is I got the switch command early. Let's go ahead and do a little switch. Switch menu looks kind of empty with only 3 party members. And let's go ahead and get out of here. I think I am prepared enough. So let's go ahead and head into the forest. No reason to pick up all these mushrooms. And while I'm here, I have something else to show off here. There is another debug menu. And it requires 2 cheats in order to activate it. I've got Spell Effects 1 and Spell Effects 2. So these are the codes. You need to have this code followed by this code. So we need to turn both of these on. Did I ever mention how to open the debug menu here, by the way? The debug menu that I've already been using? Yeah, in battle you press start to open it. And likewise, you press start to open this one. Did not work. Hold on a sec. I need to apply changes. Very important. Which is why I keep forgetting it. There it is! Oof oof. That is an interesting menu name. I only just now noticed that. So first there's magic. This is showing off a bunch of transparent effects. I don't know what some of these are for, like I don't recall this diamond appearing anywhere. A lot of them are also that giant star. Some of them aren't, as I'm showing off. This effect here, I don't even know where that effect takes place. Maybe that is supposed to be Mega Drain or something? Don't know. Most of these are the star, though. In fact, I'm pretty sure the rest of these are that transparent star. I'm not sure what this star is used for. Maybe it's the star that appears in the background of the star piece menu. Anyway, that's all of those. Next we have Laster, which is the big boo that Bowser summons, except it's all wavy, and I can advance the effect frame by frame by pressing left and right. And if I hold it, that speeds it up a little, although it's still very slow. And I'm just going to keep going, because eventually this is going to converge. The interesting thing about this is Bowser's Big Boo doesn't actually do this effect. So I'm not entirely sure what this effect was intended for. I can't remember any effect that actually uses it. But, it's an effect that the Super Nintendo can do. Maybe it's just testing out the ability to do this effect. I may be big, but I have a bigger brain. Oh, these are just fun. There is an advantage to looking at this animation frame by frame. Eventually, though, it does converge and look normal. And then if you keep going... Oh, hey! Conehead Boos are canon. Anyway, if you keep going... eventually, it starts splitting apart again. And it'll split apart further and further, and then eventually loop back into converging. And lastly, we have... first off, the menu is transparent now because the Big Boo is transparent. We have BG Laster. This is... I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of this is. I can press up and down to stretch the Boo up and down, and then left and right in order to tilt it left and right. Once again, seeing the capabilities of the Super Nintendo, I guess. I don't know what this effect is necessarily used for, if it is used. I eventually can make the Boo go off screen. It only is top half, though. Like, if I press down, it just goes away. I don't think I can make it so that the bottom half of the Boo is appeared, or make it so that the entire Boo is on screen. It always winds up stretching off screen. Oh, and there is a limit to how far you can tilt it. Alright, that's enough. Now, we need to go ahead and move on here. And there is a specific reason why I want Geno on my team. We're going to be fighting Boyer, of course. However, the game crashes if I go into Boyer's fight with the wrong team. It expects me to go in there with Mario and Mallow, and then Geno is added. But going in there with Mario and Bowser, it crashes. Unless I already have Geno on my team, in which case the game is figuring, oh, you already have Geno. Alright, we'll go ahead and proceed as normal. Oh. That was a glitch that wasn't there before. So by the way, you do not need to be told about this hidden area in order to be able to access it. Okay, we have made it to this point. So I have already tested this fight before. Like I said, as long as Gino's on your team, the game runs fine. However, I tested it with Gino in the 3rd slot, which is where he is supposed to wind up when the battle properly starts. I do not know what happens if he's in the 2nd slot, though. So let's go ahead and trigger this fight, and we'll find out what happens. Well, it looks like everything's fine. Although, doesn't Gino normally stand in a different spot at the start of this fight? Where he would normally stand for the 3rd slot? I think I actually did affect it then. And of course, Mallow is here for this cutscene because he's supposed to be here for this cutscene. Again, the game doesn't know that I didn't recruit Mallow. Knock knock, nyah! Insulted I am! Okay, everybody moved into position, including Mallow, who has a mallow-colored Bowser portrait. That's fun. Oh wait, Bowser's back to normal. Apparently Mario is not the only one who can transform. Now 3 against 1, not fair, fix it I will. Shoot an arrow I shall when a target hits that button locked. Alright, we perform one more hit here. And then, oh, suddenly something weird is happening. I mean, besides the fact that the colors are glitchy, suddenly Bowyer's colors come off. And it is actually machine-made Bowyer! What a twist. Oh, but that's not all. His presence is having an effect on the battlefield. At first, we wind up on the track that Mario and Mallow race on, trying to save Gino. But then, it gets even worse. Yes, even worse. The forest. It is corrupted, I think. There is a little bit of glitchiness up there. You can see if I look up here and you'll see it's kind of corrupted up there whenever I attack. See, it's glitchy up there. Oh, 2 damage. Wow, and that's even with the tripper pin on. Well, there's just a little bit of glitchiness down here and this misplaced tile here. Ooh boy. That is unusual. Okay, so the reason why I switched to this fight is because I was kind of curious how doable these machine maids are at this point in the game instead of their original counterparts. Because it seems to me like most of the machine maids are weaker than their originals, with the possible exception of Bowyer here. And I wanted an opportunity to actually fight a machine maid. However, I don't think this is actually going to work. Well, I mean, maybe we could win. It would certainly be a battle of attrition. He's got 1,000 HP, but we could definitely whittle it down. Let's do this. Meanwhile, back at Booster's Tower, it's 1 o'clock. Time to play. It's 3 o'clock. Time to recover. It's 5 o'clock. Time for a break. Huh? It's 6 o'clock. Time to fully recover. It's 7 o'clock. Dinner time! Oh boy, that was a difficult fight. I told you it was possible, though. Ooh, this scene. Okay, so I've mentioned multiple times how when I first started playing this game, I loved it so much. I played it multiple times to the point it became really easy for me. And also, I played it so many times that at one point I had the entire script memorized. It's been a while, I can't remember all of it anymore, but let's see how much of this scene I can remember. I'm going to try to recite the rest of this cutscene from memory. And I'll dub my recital over the cutscene, and we'll see how close I am to the actual dialogue. Okay, so let me think here. Obviously we have this. Thanks for the help. You really got me out of a jam. Why are you looking at me like that? You know that I'm more than just a doll, don't you? Have you guessed the truth? I'm a visitor from above, and this is a form that I'm borrowing briefly. You mean like from the sky or something? Higher than that, my fluffy little friend. Have you two ever heard of the Star Road? Completely in the dark, eh? Well, it's a big mess up there right now, and it concerns you too. Have you ever heard of wishing upon a shooting star? Well, when the wish is granted, it turns into the star, and this part I can't really remember too well, so let's skip to a part that I actually remember. But ever since a giant sword crashed into the Star Road, no wishes have been made ever since. The way things stand, yours is a world without wishes. You mean this is part of your Starway? That Star Road, my fluffy little friend. Yes, that is a piece of the Star Road. The missing star pieces. There are 7 altogether. Something. Now grab the star, Mario! Alright, we got the second star piece, even though we didn't get the first. Come on, let's get this show on the road. Ooh, I heard everything. Who knew that star was so important? I've got to inform Smithy. The mystery of the stars has been unraveled. Find the star pieces and bring Pace back to Mario's world. Oh gosh, I did not remember as much of that as I thought I did. And how could I forget about Gino's symbol name? I should have remembered that part. I'm a little disappointed in myself. Anyway, that was certainly a fight. Certainly a little bit of glitchiness. But oh no, what is happening? There's some more glitchiness trying to happen. And by that I mean, hey, you remember what the what? Okay. Like I said, the Booyah fight adds Gino to your team, but I already added Gino to my team so that the fight would work properly. Apparently the game still added Gino to my team, so now I have 2 Ginos. That was not the glitchiness I was about to tell you about. No, I was about to tell you about another glitch that I can't do now. Whoops. Okay, how do I handle this? Because this is going to be really funny. Okay, well, first things first, now that we have star pieces, we do not have the star piece menu unlocked. That only unlocks whenever the game gives us the first star piece. It doesn't count whenever we get the second star piece, and we happen to already have the first somehow. So just to confirm, this option right here, now that we got star pieces, we should be able to see them. No, it still doesn't work. I wonder why that option doesn't work. Well, anyway, I'm going to load state back to the beginning of this episode, because I want to proceed with a glitch that I can now no longer perform on this file. Okay, back at the beginning of the episode, we only have Bowser. I have returned to the debug area. We're going to go ahead and add Geno back to the team. Don't necessarily need Geno specifically. In fact, if I wanted to, I could have two Bowsers. Let's do two Bowsers, just for the lulz. Because we actually can do that, as we have already demonstrated with Geno. So there, if I wanted to, I could fight with two Bowsers. However, I'm not going to. So, as I was going to demonstrate after the Bowyer fight, because we unlocked the ability to switch party members before we had more than 3 party members, we're allowed to go into this menu, and it expects us to have more than 3 party members. Therefore, I can bring the cursor outside of the menu. And if I wanted to, I could switch in these blink characters. These blink characters who are named 1, have 0 HP out of 10 and out of 20, and they're both at level 85, which is a level that you actually cannot reach in this game. So, you're probably wondering, how is this going to work out? Well, I will tell you next time. By the way, I am finally returning to streaming at Twitch. If anybody is interested, I'm going to stream an indie game on the Game Boy tomorrow, and that'll be taking place at 5 p.m. Eastern. So there's a link down in the description for my Twitch channel. Come along and visit. And then next week, we will find out what this glitch here is about to do for us.